His relationships with the people in terms of catching baseball, drinking Argentinian tea, I think that's a way of bringing the holiness and the importance of the papacy to the people. I don't think it diminishes his importance at all. I think it actually makes it more accessible.
I feel Pope Francis definitely has a great dynamic with the audience. People love seeing him, and you see the Plaza get filled with people every Wednesday without fail because they really want to see him, they want to interact with him. And the great thing about Pope Francis is that he does the interactions. He catches baseballs, he catches rosaries, he puts hats of other people and then gives them back. And it's all these little details, these little actions that make him an approachable Pope.
I was speaking, to some friends of mine at Loyola, and they were saying, I haven't been to church in like 10 years, but Francis kind of makes me want to go to church now. Like I want to be like Catholic again, because they were so in favor of his policies, and they think that he was very radical Pope, and his policies of not so much focusing on doctrine but more on like the poor, and just getting back to the roots of what Christianity really should be about.
By him just interacting and waving, inviting people up on the Pope-mobile, I think those things are really attractive to the youth because they see that he's open and willing to engage with them.
I think he certainly has gotten a lot of media attention just because he's so different than his predecessors. The way in which he interacts with people is different. The way in which he sends his messages are different. Initially, he was this sort of spectacle of like, wow, like this is our new Pope, like this is so different than what maybe we were expecting.
I think he's more aware than other popes of his effect. John Paul II was an actor. He somewhat knew it, but he made it part of the form. Okay, Benedict wasn't aware of it at all, but he took great care in doing things right. He would read other languages before the general audiences. He would try to pronounce things beforehand. Pope Francis goes more out of an impulse. At the same time with an awareness of what he kind of affects in the media, what kind of effect he has in the media, and I think that's okay.
It is nice to see little things like him catching a baseball and catching a rosary, but I think that the issues that really should get on the news is the message that he's trying to convey. For example, the day he caught the baseball, after that he started talking about the gospel, and it was a great message. That's what should have made the news. Unfortunately, people go more with the actions rather than with what he's trying to tell us.
Yes, it does make headlines, and sometimes that's all it does. But at the same time, it's getting the Vicar of Christ on the front of a newspaper, and that speaks volumes regardless of why he's there.
I don't think it takes away from his value as the Pope at all. I think he's really just trying to live out Christ's example and really put the faith into practice for us. So simple things like catching a baseball, catching rosaries, or whatever, really, I think it just makes us, relate to him.